Welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda and today I'm going to use the Striptease Graphic Way hop, which is to add some movement. And I found this picture of my youngest and she made this yarn ball out of scraps. And I am going to use my scraps from my counterfeit kit for November. And I'm going to cut all the branding strips into these little pieces to do these swirlies across my page to give new movement to my page, which is the prompt for that hop this time around. So you could do that with sunburst or with arrows and other directional stuff, but I decided to do a mimic of a yarn thread because I don't know, I thought it'd be fun. I saw this picture when I was looking through stuff too. I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? So yeah. So I'm cutting my branding strips into all sorts of different sizes. I'm not being very precious about it. I'm leaving the white with these Echo Parks on because I'm really not being that precious about it and it'll be fine. And so, yeah. And I'm going to put some glue on it, and you can see that I did the pencil here and I don't even follow my pencil line. So I start to, and then I'm like, nope. Oh well, whatever. It works out just fine in the end. I am not going by these in a pattern. I'm just really randomly putting stuff in. Sometimes similar colors beside, sometimes not. It really is not being very particular. I'm just making sure that it either looks like I'm going over top the loop or underneath the loop. And so being very specific about how those pieces go on for the loop. But other than that, so both like this side and this side go under, so it looks like it is looping. And then picture will be about there, so I need some more here and then down. So because I really don't need it behind my picture. And as you can see that I'm overlapping my pencil mark on the top. Whatever. And then here I go and change the lining anyways. Isn't that funny? It's all good. But if you wanted to try this and wanted your loops to be a little bit rounder instead of mine have some jagged edges on them, to do that, just cut your pieces a little bit smaller. Again, I was not being precious about it, so it really didn't matter. Then I put the glue on, and then it was drying as I was going, and I don't know. I do this, I keep doing this and waste my glue, but is what it is. It was partly a visual thing too, because the pencil from my angle at my table, I wasn't seeing a lot of the pencil. Hence the not following my pencil line after I've done my pencil line. But whatever. So my youngest wrapped this ball of yarn with all of her scraps so she could do a scrap afghan. And so the scrap afghan she did, she actually gave away, and I don't think I ended up with a picture of it, but she gave it to a friend of hers that lives in a different province, so, but totally fine. I wanted some black and white in this one, so I'm going to cut this off and like trim these edges so that I can use these little bits. And I have one more that I want to do on the top there, and it's just not there yet. So I'm gonna take some other scraps because I still want the colors to be similar. So I have this one little branding strip there, and then I have some scraps. So I'm gonna use the scraps that I have in the pattern paper that I had for the branding strips, and use what I've got and make it work. So I'm going to cut those in half so they're about the size of a branding strip. And then this I have the branding strips side. This I have both sides for in the branding strip, even though it's just a scrap. I looked in my other bits and there wasn't really anything in there that I wanted to use. So I'll use what I've got, and not a big deal. I don't have any more of that black and white polka dot, but oh well. You don't really notice now unless I say something, because it's just two loops off across the top. You probably will notice because I said something, but my artistic kiddo didn't say anything about it, so I know she didn't notice, and if she didn't notice, then I'm not worried about it. So just overlapping the pieces because some of them are long and I don't care. All good. This one is going to go off the edge on purpose because why not? It adds a different movement across the page anyway. And so, and loops with a yarn ball are not always perfect. So yeah, I thought it needed a little more gray here, so I'm just sliding those ones in so that they are in. And then I grab my bag of scraps because I'm like, I want to mat this on something. So I'm going to pull this one out, which I have, the back side of this is actually on this layout for the branding strip. So yay. And then just chop that down a little bit because I have this white mat. And instead of not using the white piece of cardstock, I'm just going to use it. I don't lose anything of the picture. It works out really well. That works there. And then I'm going to use some of this chipboard as backing, so it just lifts it up a little bit. When I have it handy, I do this sometimes. Usually use foam, but it was right there and they were all used up, and why not? Easy peasy done. I knew I wasn't really going to slide anything else underneath this for embellishment because this is fun and I didn't really feel like it needed too much else other than a title and some splatter. So I pulled out these Studio Calico tile stickers, and I thought the white and black would be a fun addition to this. So I'm just going to call it Crazy Yarn Ball, and you see me double checking that I had enough Y's and A's and L's because that can be a thing. And then I'm going to do some splatter from, this is Tim Holtz in Fossilized Amber, and I'm almost done this bottle. I'm gonna have to get more, which is amazing. And glue those two pieces down, and that's wrap on this layout. So I'm gonna bring it up for some close-ups. There'll be some close-ups, still shots as well. The links for the Hop and the Counterfeit Kit blog and Facebook group are linked below in my description box, as well as any other important information. I think that's all that's needed this time around. I really appreciate your crafty love, so if you give me comments, thumbs up, subscribe, really appreciate it. And thank you so much for being here today. There's a couple other things here you might want to look at. Have yourself a wonderful day.